r/Airbnb hosts. Playful Shopping 2690 says, guest complained about roaches found, wants full refund. I'm a few months in with running my Airbnb business at my house. I really try to make the experience great for guests and have gotten several 5-star reviews with kind notes attached to them. I currently have guests from out of town who found 2 German roaches in the kitchen on a rainy day here in Southwest Florida. I immediately responded by apologizing and saying that was our first complaint about it and proceeded to set traps and spray the baseboards for them. They are staying for a week and asked for a full refund due to this experience. They have 3 days remaining at the house, and this being the week between Christmas and New Year's is a peak renting time. I of course understand that I need to make this situation right with them, but I feel like I'm being slightly taken advantage of by giving them a full refund when they are continuing to feel safe and comfortable staying at the house. And not only would I be paying them back for what I received for the 5 days, $1,120, but I would be paying Airbnb's cut too, totaling $1,456. So I would actually be paying them $336 to stay at my house during the holidays due to seeing 2 roaches. Ultimately, I want to do what is fair, and I take pride in focusing on great customer service, but is this normal? Would love to hear back from the community on what your thoughts are, especially if you've had similar experiences. Many thanks from an Airbnb host that is still learning. Crack42 says, their definition taking advantage of the situation. Tell them you'll give that day they saw the roaches as free and cleaning fee too if you're feeling generous. And say they can take up with Airbnb if they want any portion of their fees returned, but you have no control over that. Paying someone $1,200 because they saw 2 bugs is crazy. Are they being combative with you? Anxious Cheetah 5589 says, they can stay or leave saved, get a partial refund, but not both. Courtier Ascalico says, go through Airbnb support. If they leave, support can refund the remaining unused days. If they stay, they pay. Date Ready says, 2 roaches are not worth $1,400. Finance 3044 says, I would offer to refund their cleaning fee and allow them to work with Airbnb to find alternate accommodations if they don't feel comfortable staying. If they leave, refund the unused days. You need to figure out if you have an infestation and take care of it immediately. Jim Gilmore says, question, did you see the roaches, or did the guests just tell you they saw them? Pay Me Money says, if they want a full refund they also need to vacate the property immediately and cancel the remainder of their stay. Personally, I would not refund them anything. Bugs happen and it doesn't sound like you have an infestation. Sounds like a couple of bugs made their way inside on a rainy day. Jim Gilmore says, yeah, that's a no. 2 roaches in FL is not ideal, but also not abnormal. If you saw a roach in a restaurant you wouldn't get a free meal. Maybe they'd camp your dessert if you're lucky. These people are freeloaders trying to get something for nothing. Above the Crest says, if they want a refund for unused nights then they need to leave. So send them a message clarifying that thank you for informing us so that we could immediately take action. Which you say you did by putting down traps and spraying baseboards. If you choose to immediately vacate the premises we will refund the unused portions of your stay minus any Airbnb fees. If it is genuinely so bad that they are wanting a refund for their entire stay then they should leave now. You could even add that you will refund them for their current night and the cleaning fee. But another thing, if they actually were German roaches and not those nasty giant ass palmetto bugs that we have in Florida, you have a bigger problem on your hands. German roaches are huge infestation. ThickIAO89 says, I think they are taking advantage of this situation. If they don't feel uncomfortable enough to leave then why give them a full refund? I would refund the cleaning fee and then do a partial refund. Definitely not their whole stay. Ketsu says, for what it's worth, if customer service gets involved on behalf of the guest, they'll refund 10% of the nightly rate for the stay at a bare minimum. I've seen them go as high as 30%. r/Airbnb hosts. Apprehensive at 8870 says, pet friendly hosts, the smells? I started hosting my house in August and it has been going very well, except I'm getting more complaints about the strong pet odors in the house. I'm one of the few places in my area that allows pets and want to continue, but need to take care of this ongoing problem. What extra steps are you all taking to clear the odors? What products are working? Thank you. Seattle Architect says, use ozone machine and follow instruction. Mousechick69 says, ozone machines, carpet cleaning, deep clean every time. It's expensive, so hopefully your pet fee covers it. It's why I don't accept pets. If you get enough smell complaints you could be delisted. Frankly, if people are complaining about the smell, you really need to decide if pets are worth it. Inevitable Flan 8785 says, I assume you have carpet/rugs? If so, get a rug doctor and use it often. Verified Kyle says, I use the pet specific baking soda product that goes into soft surfaces and vacuums up. I have the cleaners include that in a turnover with the pet. The pet fee covers this extra cost. Mother Painting 6079 says, I have dogs myself, and honestly the only thing that works for me is something we use from my country called buckhaw. I found an alternative to it on Amazon, and it works just as good to eliminate the odor in the house. I'm happy to send you the link. Eric's03 says, if you have carpet, have hardwoods installed. And that's pretty much it. You can also get a deodorizing spray and a vacuum made for pet hair for your furniture. Janiso High says, never have carpet. Have couch covers that can be washed after every stay. Use an ozonator after stays with pets. I have not had a complaint at any of my places doing this and all allow pets. You said Kinder Life says, but where are the smells coming from? Are these pets not house trained? Are people abusing your pet policy? Maybe your pet fee should be higher? And specify house trained pets. My main concern is with hair. I don't even let my own dog into my rental B/C. She sheds so much. Smells on top of that sounds like too much stress to me. Outlander Gerald 12 says, hi, I would recommend using baking soda and white vinegar to clean your sheets and washing your rugs. Personally, as dog owner, it would be a shame if you take away that possibility for your clients. No Blackberry 2295 says, we have indoor/outdoor rugs that can be soaked, hosed down, and dry in 2 hours. Any other rugs are runners that can be tossed in the washing machine. Own Freedom 5328 says, do you allow all types of pets? We allow dogs, but that is it. We clean and mop with Lysol. Alaris full mattress covers. Washers needed. Sofa and chair covers. We use Zep-Air and fabric eliminator. And have never had a complaint, but we only have entry carpets and hardwoods. r/Airbnb hosts. Monster Goat says, I really don't know what to do. I just had one guest who wasn't very good. Now I get this long message from the current guest. I just received this text from my current guest. I'm feeling conflicted because I can understand her frustration, but I haven't had a cat in the house at all, and my cleaners do an amazing job cleaning. I'm worried about getting another bad review, since the last guest I had didn't leave a good once, since he wished I had more than one TV and trash in the trash can. I have a moderate refund policy also. Good morning. Thank you for letting us stay in your home. However, when we arrived yesterday to rest after a long day of traveling, we were unable to do so because of dogs barking, neighbors talking, etc. We know you can't control those things, but it is something to think about when having guests in your home. Additionally, I started sneezing non-stop ever since being here. My eyes are swollen and itchy and I have hives. I'm afraid I'm having an allergic reaction to cat dander that is lingering. The house smells like cat as well. I had to take allergy medicine last night and I'm now worried how this will affect my entire stay here, and I do not want to have to stay medicated. What are our options to get a refund so that we can find another place to stay? Edit. I gave her the refund and asked her to cancel. Rather not give her stress during the holidays. Simakoi says, I have terrible cat allergies. I never allow any pets in our place and I would never stay in a place that allows pets. I can tell in seconds if a cat has been in a space, no matter how well it's cleaned. Just refund them and move on. Make sure they cancel on their end. Seattle Architect says, offer them full refund and ask them to cancel. It is better to lose money than have a problematic guest. Roaches says, if you do have a cat, add a picture of it to your post. I've done that with both my cat and dog, so people can see upfront that I have animals when they are making the booking. Let's face it, sometimes people don't read things, but a visual of an animal is easier for some folks. Have them cancel, refund. It's better to lose the income than have the potential for another bad review. Also, maybe invest in an ozonator and go in and do a deep clean yourself just to make sure. Chocolate Investor says, from your other post, sounds like you have a cat? The answer is simple, refund them. Mousechick69 says, so, do you have a cat? Did you buy a place that previously had a cat? Because people with cat allergies know when a cat has been around. I would have them cancel and then refund the money. Happy Trees 15 says, something to think about. What the frick am I supposed to do about it, lady? Tomorrow is forgotten says, you say a cat had never been in the Airbnb. Yet your previous posts show that you have a cat and that the Airbnb is in your home. Is your Airbnb a completely separate dwelling from your home with a cat? Cat dander and smells linger for a long time. Hungry at 7120 says, my brother and I both have cats, posted pics of them, talk about them throughout the listing. And I even mentioned both in our bio, if that wasn't clear enough. We still get people who book and complain about cat allergies. And it's like, why did you pick this listing then? BigApaXD says, why do people book a room in a house or an apartment in a neighborhood and complain in about the neighborhood noises? What do they think is going to happen? No noise. Like the neighborhood will just be quiet for their stay? Ugh. I'm so glad I don't host anymore. Sounds like people are insufferable these days. OK Indication 7876 says, I can smell a cat in a second too and have reactions to cats, so even if yours wasn't in the house recently I would smell it. I hope your description reads that owner's cat is on the property but not allowed inside where the guests stay. This might avoid this type of thing in the future. Cookshack67 says, whatever you discussed over text, copy/paste into the Airbnb messaging app to cover yourself. Constriver Criticism says, so is there a cat? I had a guest who tried to say after the stay their cat allergies were triggered, but I knew that a cat had never been in the space. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.